How long gone? It's Christmas week. A lot of you are at home with your families, rifling through cabinets looking for pills, trying to hide how nice the house is, maybe decorating a tree. I'm, of course, doing none of that. Jason, are you in the holiday spirit yet?
Yeah, it sounded like you were kind of doing a step-by-step reenactment of what your life partner is up to over there. But yeah, of course, my house is obviously a winter wonderland. The cookie factory does not have an off switch.
Of course.
I did a juice cleanse yesterday, so I'm feeling like I'm ready to tackle more food.
Okay, good.
I got some steamed veggies and some steamed white rice coming at me for lunch after we record here. So
Delicious. That's great.
I'm setting a good base. Yeah, well, we have a big dinner tonight. You and I, our annual holiday couples dinner. Anything could happen.
Which basically means we go to dinner and the How Long Gone card pays for it instead of you and I splitting it. So it's kind of, it's symbolic, I would say, but it is not.
Right.
It's still taking money out of our fucking pockets. I'll tell you that.
The same thing happens, but just a little different.
Yeah, just a little different. Yeah, I'm in the holiday spirit. We actually had to do something that I've never heard of before, but a tree replacement.
Whoa,
that's right.
Wait, so you got a Christmas tree?
I didn't get. Look, I went to Mr.
a live one.
I went and banged Mr. Jingle's line and purchased a tree plus delivery, and they delivered it.
Okay, well, what's the difference between getting a tree and buying a tree from Mr. Jingle?
Well, Mr. Jingle's for a small $50 fee delivers it with a stand and puts it in the house, so I don't ever have to touch the tree.
Okay, so you just wanted to make it clear that there's no way that you're going to do anything that's
exactly
hot or sexy or manly.
Exactly.
Okay, got it.
Yeah, unlike you, I don't put on my Urban Outfitters buffalo check flannel with my skinny jeans and Timberlands to load the tree in like it's a Netflix movie. So apparently the tree that we had, the original tree, which had plenty of water in the tank from what I'm told, unfortunately did prematurely die. So it was looking brown. So Alex was able to call Mr. Jingles himself and say, we need a replacement. They said, of course, come pick one out. And now we have a new tree that's a lot healthier. And the guy who dropped it off did say, damn, this looked like a fire hazard, talking about the old one.
Oh, wow.
So Mr. Jingles, although they sold us a faulty product, they did make up for it with great customer service. So I want to shout them out over there at Mr. Jingles. And you can also
sounds a lot like Essence.com,
right? And you can also get a pumpkin there, I believe. I'm sure they call it something different, but I feel like this guy has got a couple holiday hustles.
Okay,
and he goes to Bali, to surf for the summer. You know what I mean? I think he's just kind of
okay.
He's making his money doing the pumpkin patch celebrity paparazzi shots, and then of course the Christmas is a more general population business.
It's a tough grind. Well, they say there's no such thing as bad trees, only bad tree owners. And
yeah, I've heard that.
I'm
before.
wondering what could really go wrong. How could you, Chris Black, fuck up a tree?
I didn't fuck it up. I didn't touch anything. I didn't do anything.
Well,
There's
that's
no way
the problem.
I could have fucked it up.
You didn't do anything.
No,
you didn't do anything, Chris. It's called neglect.
I didn't come to work to get punished by you two. Okay, I get enough of this in every other facet of my life. But
look,
yeah,
I don't want to punish. There's no wrong answers. There's no bad guys except you, of course. But
yeah, there's no wrong answer.
I hate to see a member of my spiritual family, the botanical universe that I feel so closely connected with.
Oh, I see. Your chosen family are trees, and they're kind of family members.
There is sap on your hands. You could admit that.
It's funny you bring up sap, Jason, because I was watching the Winter House finale last night, and the hottie on the show is all the rest of the crew is like partying, and he's tapping trees, getting his own syrup.
Okay.
Which I think is something maybe if you were more of a winter season guy, I could see you doing that, because that's some working class kind of stuff.
That sounds performative. Was he tapping was he like acting like, oh, I'm not gonna like do fireball shots with you guys. I'm gonna go out and tap some trees, and then he's always looking over my shoulder to see if the black girl that has really good tits is watching him through the window with binoculars.
I think I think Hottie Luke might have already beat, so he could be focused just on the maple. You know what I mean? But no, I think he's doing it because
I'm just gonna go get some syrup. I don't know. I donate it to the kids every year. It's like a weird thing I do. I know it's so random and stupid.
It's crazy. But where I'm from in Minnesota, we actually do like a coat drive every year as well as a syrup giveaway. It's just something I kind of do for the community.
Call me a dork. Call me a loser. It's just what's inside of me.
Yeah. So it's the holiday season is in full swing. We had a birthday party on Sunday night for friend of the show, Sue Chan.
Yeah. Shout out to Sue. We love you, Sue. Care of Chan. If you ever need to do anything in the food space, event space, all that stuff. She's also a fan of the show.
If you need to have like a crazy dinner for 50, she's kind of your chick for that.
If you need Ignacio to cook,
yeah,
I cook the sea urchin over coals.
But when I like he sounds like he's suffering. He's being held at gunpoint. But we
that's how hard he is. It's taking all the blood and oxygen out of his brain and body.
When he starts talking about pork butt, that thing just goes up.
I only have moments to live.
But we went to this party. It was a Sunday night, industry night vibes.
A 5 p.m. doors, 9 p.m. doors event on a Sunday. Oh, baby.
We like that. But it was beautiful. There seemed like there was a great natural wine selection and very knowledgeable sommeliers.
Close your eyes, pick a bottle. You can't go wrong over here. We love those
beautiful
guys down there at the Yola Mezcal House.
There was lots of How Long Gone family in the building, countless guests and upcoming guests and people that want to have nothing to do with us, like Aziz Ansari. But also, I just want to point out something that happened at the party that shocked me. And kind of, I felt, I'm a guy that prides myself on kind of knowing what's up. And there was a moment where a song was put on the hi-fi at a loud volume. No music was being played, by the way. There was no music being played really during the night. You know what I mean?
It was a literal needle drop.
It was a needle drop. It was exactly. And it was a DJ Scribble style drop. And I heard this music come on and everybody goes crazy and they're dancing. I'm like, oh, what Licky Lee song is this? And then I realized it wasn't Licky Lee. And I was like, what is this? I'm surprised I don't know it. And everybody's so happy and loving it and joyful. And it feels like it's fucking, something spiritual is happening. And I look over to my esteemed co-host, Them Jeans, while he's picking some tuna tostada out of his teeth. And I'm like, what is this? And he said to me, dead ass serious, it's the theme song from White Lotus. And I just want to say I've never been a part of something that was both so embarrassing and so confusing that I didn't even know how to feel. My feelings were mixed up. I didn't know what to do because it seemed like a song that intros a television show shouldn't inspire this much passion in white people. But I was wrong, Jason. And I think you even liked it a little bit too. You can tell the truth here.
Well, it was different for me because I obviously knew the song because I had watched and I was also thinking to myself before we showed up to the party, I was like, Sue is such a smart planner and also, any event producer, any producer chick I've ever met can lean on the OCD scale.
No,
no offense, of course. But I imagine a world where somebody's like, oh, my party's coming up here, blah, blah, blah. I want to do it on a Sunday, but, I have to wait until White Lotus season 2 finishes or else no one's going to show up to my fucking party, of course. So maybe I'll bring a little taste of the islands of Sicily.
Yeah.
To this place, I don't know what it was, but it did feel odd the way that it went from no music to now we're all dancing to this sort of tribal, world music rhythm. It's some Fortet Stolen Valor.
It did. I felt like it was a little more Jared Leto cult Stolen Valor to me.
Well, that was the other part where I was leaning, where it did have a cult-like feel to where. Or maybe it was like a hypnotic trance, which I guess is similar to that world where, or like a dog whistle where you just blow this silent whistle or yell a command in German, and everybody just immediately gets in line and starts doing some type of shuffle style EDM dance to the theme song of a television show. I think that was probably like the final last hurrah, getting it out of our system. I saw on Twitter today somebody had like a hat that said White Lotus theme song printed on it, like a dad hat, like quick hit kind of merch thing.
Bro, are you kidding me? Are you kidding
No,
me?
I mean, it's a viral global sensation, and I don't think season one. I think the song was different, and then this one was more turned up. It kind of had the
okay.
it had the Diplo remix or something.
Oh, okay. So that makes it okay.
But it was odd, man. It was odd, and I felt compelled, kind of compelled to dance. But it was also, I mean, there was a little. I mean, I guess maybe because Aziz was there and David Chang was there, and there's some people who have touched and rubbed the elbows with the Illuminati types of the world, and so it was giving a little.
Just to be clear, Aziz's relationship with Aubrey Plaza is not Illuminati based. They're both actors, so they know each other.
Yeah, they both went to Harvard.
They didn't meet at Jay-Z's yacht. It's different. Yeah, they just went to college together.
There was it had a little kind of ceremonial thing, like if you don't dance, something bad might happen to you.
It did, and
in an eyes wide shut kind of way.
It did feel like that. Luckily, I was able to sit back. But before we talk to our guest today, I just wanted to quickly talk about Mason Disick, known Coke user and friend of the show.
Well, we can talk about it with our guest as well. I feel like she would have a lot of insights on any Disick matter.
That's a good point, but she also might have close personal ties and not.
Great
want
point.
to...
Well, you said Mason is a known Coke user. I thought he was like 5.
No, he's like.
You're talking about the dad.
No. I'm talking about Mason. He's 13, and the way he dresses lets me know he does Coke. And we've talked, but he had a bar mitzvah, and it was there was a Cane's truck at the bar mitzvah, and guess what the theme was for the bar mitzvah?
Well, you got to say Raisin Cane's.
I'm sorry. There's a Raisin Cane's truck, and the theme of the bar mitzvah was Chrome Hearts.
Chrome Hearts is the theme.
That's the theme. So the overall vibe is just Chrome Hearts, and then you can also get some chicken strips outside. So
yeah, Raisin Cane's for our listeners are in the global.
Of course, I'm sorry.
Global listenership. It is a popular, infamous regional fried chicken finger and tender restaurant.
It's something special. But I
Kenny Beats is sponsored by them. So. Yeah, I mean, what does that entail where the theme is a company that make bracelets?
I don't know, but I've never been to a bar mitzvah, and you probably haven't either. I think our guest has been, so maybe she can at least shed some light on that portion of what the theme entails.
I've DJ'd one.
Whose kid was it?
It was in Bel Air, I'll tell you that. It was me, Aoki, and Cobra Snake DJing some kids. Maybe it was either a Sweet 16 or a bar mitzvah, but either way, we were old and they were not old.
Okay.
And they wanted the full experience.
I'm sure.
All right. Well,
but yeah, our guest today, Morgan Stewart, I actually know her from back in the day. We worked on some stuff together. I was, of course, behind the camera. She was in front of it.
When you say stuff, like selling, doing, what is it?
I was doing, she was selling. She had some good prices on a Mitsubishi double stack. So it was we kind of formed a nice relationship after that. But you probably know her from television, from Instagram, for having a giant closet and multiple children. But we're gonna find out more about all that. We're going from Glendale to Beverly Hills today, baby. It's a big journey for us. So let's give Morgan a jingle and find out what's going on.
Fabulous.
The fact that I got my AirPods to work by myself.
Well, I want to talk about your AirPods because we do have
proud of you.
When we have a fun guest on, we'll go camera on when our Wi-Fi is sturdy. But your AirPods seem to be colored. Are those customs? Okay, so you have custom orange AirPods. Were those a gift from a brand partner, or did you have those made?
To be honest with you, they were a gift from my husband. He had them made. I have orange because I have an orange desk.
Oh shit.
Okay.
And I have pink, and then I have lime green when I'm feeling really festive.
Okay, so you have 3 different flavors of AirPod Pros to match
Correct.
your kind of mood or your clothing or both.
Yes.
But also, we should note that you can't buy AirPods in any color other than white. So how is this happening?
I think this is a special order through Apple. Now I can answer. Yeah, it's a whole thing.
Well, what the fuck? Are you serious?
Oh yeah, no, there's like a whole special order thing. I think it takes 2 months, and every few months I get a new fun pair. The trick is with these also, You don't mix them up and you don't fucking lose them. The white ones seem to disappear frequently.
Yeah, you're right. Because when I wear my Chanel jackets, they are white, and the headphones kind of disappear into the pocket sometimes. I see the issue.
That's where my head was going, because I've heard of people who have like their cell phone and they just put like a piece of orange tape on it, or like something super bright so you never lose it.
Right.
I thought maybe you just painted them with nail polish or something just so you couldn't find them, but this is straight from Tim Apple himself.
This is lacquered. This is like full on, like, I think they're also scratch proof too, to be honest. Well, actually, no, they're not.
So it's wrapped like your Bugatti is what you're saying.
There you go.
Yeah, exactly. Yes.
There you go. And by Bugatti, you mean Bentley. Don't set me up to be obnoxious this early. It's ridiculous, you guys. Don't.
Okay.
I want to be down to earth and cool.
Is the Bentley orange as well, Morgan?
It's green.
It's green. Last time I saw Morgan, I saw you and your husband at the 1975 show. But before that, I was jogging down the street and saw her emerging from the Bentley to go to Pilates while I was on a run. And I stopped her like I was a criminal to say hello. And I looked fucking insane. I'm wearing like tights and sunglasses. You know, I look crazy.
Morgan, it's me. It's me, Chris.
It's me. It's just another fan. And, but I did see the whip, and it is a nice shade. It's a nice shade.
Thank you. It's an interest. It's almost like the shade of like when somebody's talking in this Zoom.
Oh, wow.
You see the little green. It's that kind of shade.
Now, how did you go about choosing that? Did they offer did you come to them with a Pantone, or did they offer a selection for you?
To be honest, I said green, and they said these are the shades of green. You can do like a forest green, or I did the alpine.
Okay.
And that was a long decision, and I just felt like alpine was different.
It is. Anyone can do a Hunter Bentley.
There you go.
Alpine.
That's light work. What is because Jason just got a new Mercedes. It's his first nice car. So welcome him to the family. Welcome to the family.
Okay.
And
welcome.
And he went to, it's used. He went for a mocha interior, brown. Did you do that as well?
Obviously.
Okay. Okay.
And before that, I had a brown SL mocha with a brown interior, and to this day, it's probably my favorite car I've ever had.
So you're also a member of Brown on Brown Mafia.
I started brown. I literally am not lying. I started brown. Every bitch who I hated was talking shit. Like, why would you get that color car? I was like, okay. Circa now, Kendall Jenner's driving the brown. Everyone has brown now. I had brown 6 years ago.
Okay, so what now? Did you sell that car? Did somebody come up on that? Did you give it to your mom as a gift? Like, where is that car?
I didn't. You know what? That car, that was a leased car. So that car had to go back.
It sounds like I probably got yours used.
There you go. There you go.
Oh, it's the circle of life.
I always try to up the color every car.
Okay, so what were you driving in high school then? Let's get a timeline.
I was driving a white BMW 3 Series, but the decals, this is bringing me back to being the most annoying person. The decals were pink. So the 3 Series number was pink.
No.
The BMW signs were pink. I did her twice. I did that 2 times.
And this was pre-supporting breast cancer pink. This was just
This was just let's change it up. And I used to call her Muffin. She was like my little baby.
Okay, so you went to high school in you're from Los Angeles.
Correct. Born and raised.
Okay, I mean, to be fair, I think only someone born and raised in Los Angeles could drive a white BMW with pink badges to high school.
100%. And don't think that I was the only one after a while. Then everybody started to do the pink.
So time and time again, you've been a trendsetter in the automotive department, is what it sounds like.
I feel like like clothing, automobiles, personality, it's all working. But by the way, really quickly, I do want to say, because you said that we saw each other in 1975, Maddie Healy, I just want to just on the record. Yeah.
Okay.
It's everyone. We're locked and loaded. He's my new star crush. Jason Momoa on stage up there with him. My favorite person.
The bass player of the band.
Name?
I can't think of his name. I've never met him.
Sorry, Jason Momoa came on stage.
He looks like the bass player of the 1975 is extremely good looking. He looks like a Serbian professional basketball player.
Okay.
He's got the long hair. I don't want to make Morgan choose. But it's
Maddie.
Okay.
It's Maddie.
But so does that mean he's replaced John Mayer in terms of musicians that you want to have sex with? John is gone.
John is gone. Maddie Healy. I'm not kidding. So my husband's been a big fan of the band. We listen to them all the time. And for a long time, I was like,
he's not a fan anymore.
He's
not a fan anymore. Every song is like kind of the same song, which I appreciated because every song is likable.
Hit after hit.
But then when I saw him and he did the whole, like, I'm so easy, like, I don't know. It was just, I was forever 1975
Well, Morgan, Maddie listens to this podcast.
Yeah,
so
that's
if
true.
you'd like to send him a personal message.
Maddie, listen, I'm a huge, huge, huge fan. I want you to know that my entire TikTok now is just videos of Maddie Healy doing all the things.
Mm-hmm.
And when I come out with my own show, I need him to be a guest on that show.
Okay, so now you're using our platform to launch your platform. Okay, that's interesting.
It's fine.
Okay.
It will not be a podcast.
Okay, yeah, because you have a face for TV. We're kind of radio guys. You can tell that now.
Mm-hmm.
Jason and I both own ring lights, but we just didn't bring them today. So
Hello, so do I. It's not helping for shit. So what the fuck is the point?
I mean, okay, so now you I said I met you years ago when you were doing E, and then you moved on and did a lot of E, and I would always see these guys on E with you, and I was like, these guys, I could do this. Like, what the fuck? Like, these guys have better heads of hair than me, but they don't have the sense of humor. And I'm just wondering, what do you think it takes? Because Jason and I would love to break into some on-air work.
I know what it is, Chris. I know. There's one thing that you have to do to be able to be shoulder to shoulder with her on E.
Tell us.
You got to finally come out of the closet, Chris, and then all those doors will kind of open.
That is a big factor.
Okay, so if I just say I'm gay, I can get on E because they don't want any straight guys.
You know what? I will say, what is even on E? I feel like I left 5 months ago, and it feels like I haven't been there in 5 years. To be honest with you, I feel like
it's just ridiculousn's probably.
It's moved over to E now. It's just taking over.
Just all of it. Listen, E is one of those things. I think
species.
it's more of I don't really even. I'm trying to think. I don't know what it takes to be on E. I don't think I want what it takes to be on E anymore.
Okay, you're better than that. You've graduated. Let's say that.
I've graduated. Yes.
All love to the E family. You know, NBC Universal.
100%.
Those are our guys.
Love.
But you've.
But how high up are we graduating? Are we going Paris Review, New Yorker, that kind of world, or maybe somewhere in between the two?
God.
Netflix, Hulu.
Netflix. That's exactly. Thank you. That is the goal. I feel like I did E for as long as I possibly could do it. And ultimately, I mean, it's no secret. It was their decision to part ways. It wasn't because they ended the shows that I was on.
You're saying they had enough Morgan Stewart? Is that what you're saying?
I think they had enough Morgan Stewart. To be honest. But I will tell you that emotionally, I was pretty much at my limit as well. I just felt like I had been doing the same thing for so long.
Sure.
It was time to switch it up.
So, well, you also have like 18 kids, so it probably got busy.
18 kids.
It got busy for you.
It got busy.
But so what now, if there was in a dream world, and I'm sure your agents are developing this and you're deep in the process, but in a dream world, what does this program look like? You know, if it's your oyster, what are we dipping in?
So it's going to be, I'm literally going to shoot the pilot next month. So I don't want to give too much. It's going to be talk show based. That's always been the goal. That's always what I've wanted to do.
So is it a thing where you have guests and like there's other personalities?
Correct. And not your like typical, I mean, just like people that I find interesting, not necessarily just like the most famous people in the world.
Okay, we're available, so let us know.
There you go.
I know probably first 12 we might not make the cut, but second season we're good. I mean, we're
You're
great.
in, signed up already.
Well, this could be your opportunity, you know, to get a Maddie Healy kind of into your claws. You know what I mean? If it's a publicity, you know, there's an opportunity to sell. You know what I mean?
Yeah. What was there a moment when you were watching Maddie on stage? Was it when he was eating the raw meat off the bone, or when he almost pulled his dick out, or whatever it may have been? Like,
was it when he was dry humping the air and you could just kind of see yourself as the air?
It was a lot. It was a lot of that. But I will say the meat was a real. That was some Leo DiCaprio shit. Like he really got into character for that. Like who wants to eat raw meat?
A lot of my bodybuilder friends, but not regular people.
I've been so horny that I have to eat raw meat. Yeah. I mean, you'll have a little tartare. You go to Nobu and you go to Matsuisa and all that stuff, right?
This is true. I can't do the tartare, but the meat was definitely impressive. I just felt like I haven't seen somebody. I just felt like there was a genuine star power that I hadn't seen in a long time.
There's not a lot of real rock stars nowadays in 2022.
That's what it is. Everyone feels to me like it's like you need to have like the right Gucci outfit and it's just everyone's just
don't come for Harry.
Yeah, don't come for Harold Stylish on this program. He's my Maddie Healy, okay?
Listen, I'm all about it. I think he is stunning as well, but I just think everything's so manufactured where Maddie's the right type of manufacturer. Like he's got the right suit, but it doesn't seem like it's trying hard.
Yeah, they're both great in their own regard, but when it comes down to it, Harry is going to watch while you have sex with Maddie in the corner of the room. That's just kind of what goes down. I'm not saying you specifically,
yes,
Morgan, just whoever's in that throuple.
Yeah, no, Harry is I completely concur with that. Yes.
Now, but when did you decide, have you always been like a rocker? Have you always had this affection for rockers? Because your husband is a rocker and we're familiar with some of your past relationships. So when did this happen?
You know what? It happened at 1975. That's when it happened. Listen, I am like the most basic Drake girl. Like I am that bitch. That's like any R&B song, anything with Drake. I'm like, I love that song.
Right.
1975 was like my first, and it was an enjoyable show. So I was I've subscribed. I'm not kidding. If I scroll through my TikTok right now, it would just be constant Maddie Healy footage.
Are you doing numbers on TikTok? Is this your preferred medium?
Let me tell you something. As of last week, as my audio is loud, I'm only into TikTok now. I only care about TikTok.
But okay, is it because you find it's the best avenue for your brand, or do
Correct.
you just think so?
Because if I take one more mediocre photo of myself, or like be frustrated at my husband because he doesn't want to spend 2 hours taking photos of me in a public setting, it's just caused too much stress for me. So we have to move on. TikTok, I can do it myself.
Okay, so Instagram is ruining your life, and TikTok somehow is enriching it. Is what you're saying?
I feel like I am the master of my own destiny on TikTok. I can set up the fucking ring light. I can talk for 2 hours to myself if I want.
Okay.
Instagram is just, I am now not in the place in my life where I want to stand in front of a venue and be like, I can't, it's just not working. It's not working.
For listeners at home, she was posing.
Yeah. Okay.
And then your husband was, and you're like, not that angle, you fucking idiot.
That's right. And he's like,
babe, can we go inside, please? I'm hungry.
No, that was the tame version. He's like, just fucking, you hate all these photos, fucking deal with it. I'm like, you're right.
Yeah, that's on you. I mean, I think that, so Jason and I feel like we're aged out of TikTok and I don't really check it out very much, but I'm also terrified of the algorithm. I just, everyone tells me it's too powerful. It sucks you in and you can't be released.
You can't. And I will say it took a long time. Like it literally took me a year to get into it. And as of 3 weeks ago, it's the only app I even give a shit about or check.
Okay.
Wow. And it's fun. It's also exciting because my numbers on TikTok are on the lower end. So it's much easier to gain more.
Okay.
Right? Like if you're 1 million plus, those really, it's a slow escalator ride up.
That's good. Okay.
TikTok, they give them out.
It's easiest to lose the first 5 pounds, not the last 5 pounds.
Putting it in words that I understand. Thank you, Jason. Morgan's gesticulating with her arms in agreement.
Correct.
I mean, I just don't now. But I feel like you've garnered such a following on Instagram. It's not daunting to start over, or you're saying it's more fun, so it doesn't feel like work.
It's more fun, so it doesn't feel like work, and also it's like, my following on Instagram, but I need so much validation that like I feel like lately it's just been a little bit more quiet. That I'm like, what am I just like talking to an empty room? Because I don't need to do that.
Okay, so but do you want like chicks telling you look cute, or do you want? Okay, that's what you want. Okay.
The answer is yes.
I want everything. I want every kind of morsel of attention I can get. And also, I just think the idea of just consistently taking the same kind of photo over and over, I'm at the point where, first of all, I've always hated it. And I've always felt like a pressure, but then I also haven't carved out the time to make it work. It's just I'm just more free flowing than that. So TikTok's more my vibe now.
Okay. Wow. You're free flowing.
Yeah.
You're a free flowing content creator. That's good to know. I was wondering how you would kind of describe it. You know what I mean? So that's great to get that in words that we can understand. Thank you for that.
You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. It's true.
In relation to your social media use and avoiding it or enjoying it.
Yes.
Do you have ground rules set, like no phone before you wake up, 20 minutes, or no phone after a certain time kind of thing? Or
I really want to say that like I have this very Zen routine and I have phone hours from this time to this time. Ironically, the last 2 nights I have sort of been like, okay, the phone has to go right now. I'm just going to check out, but that won't last. I'm a wake up, check your phone, on your phone through every show that we watch. My husband's like, and I'm like, what happened? He's like, if you're not going to watch it, then don't sit here. I can't keep answering your questions. Like somebody will die and I'll be like, well, how did she die? He's like, I don't know. You should have paid attention 4 episodes ago about it. So I definitely am. It's a constant phone. But I also, don't you feel like a lot of the work you do is on your phone? Like everything's on your phone.
Absolutely.
I'm pro phone use. I don't give a shit.
Right?
I also find that I'm the fastest responder, which gives me an ego boost that I need.
First responder.
I'm a first responder. I'm on the front lines. Like if you text me, I'm going to text you back immediately.
Same.
And that is important to me and my growth in my business. I feel like it's helped me in my career. Jason's a little more like, oh, sorry, bro, I was walking the dogs, and he doesn't check his phone.
When you have actual talent, Chris, you can kind of be cool like that. But if you don't have any innate talent, then you kind of have to be a teacher's pet.
No, that's true.
Like,
that's true.
I'm not the best, but I'm the first.
That's
so it's
true.
Not bad.
It is kind of one of those things. Like I'm a first responder as well, but then don't you feel like sometimes you're like, wait, shit, if I can't respond or I don't want to respond, people know immediately that you're avoiding them.
No, that's called Morgan. That's called a power move, and that's what I like that a lot. Yeah, Jason knows. Jason and I we run this small business together. He responds to me when he knows it's necessary, but he will leave me on red if it's a meme that he doesn't think is funny or he has seen before. And I respect that. That's a nice power move on his part.
Okay, and what are the signs? What signs are we dealing with? What are both of your signs?
Oh, we're both Virgos.
We're both Virgos. September.
You too?
I'm Virgo rising.
I saw a meme that I sent to Chris earlier. It was like a list of like 10 traits that you should avoid in a partner or a man or whatever. And it was like, don't date Jamaicans. It was like large swaths of things. And one of them was like September Virgos. So why September specifically? If you're an astrological master, I feel like you might know more than we do.
I you know what? I don't, but I will say I feel like the September Virgo is way more efficient. I'm into the September Virgo. And fun fact, so I'm Virgo rising, but Gemini sun, but they're both ruled by Mercury. So I'm like double busy. So I feel like my Gemini Virgo mixture is the equivalent to a September Virgo.
Oh, I understand. Now, follow-up question. How many times have you seen a psychic in your life?
Like every 2 months. Like,
Okay.
I have like a spiritual healer. I subscribe to all
Okay,
of that.
so I don't want to get into numbers here, but I feel like your personal your
I think you do, Chris.
I do. Your monthly personal maintenance budget is I feel like a high number, and I can relate to that.
Chris, you can't put a price on self-care, Chris.
But as a man, I think it's still just always going to be less. You know what I mean? But we're talking Pilates, we're talking facials, we're talking therapy, we're talking psychic. Are we cupping? Are we needling? Like what else?
It's a weekly lymphatic drainage massage.
Oh, of course. How can I forget?
Obviously, which is the combination of cupping. Cupping just depends on the outfits for the week because if I'm wearing something that's
of course. How could
you can't go backless.
I will.
You can't go backless.
I'm also the person that does like has the appointments for like the facials and the lasers, and then nothing I do makes me look better. So then I kind of just go through phases of not doing like nothing's actually helping. Like all these bitches are looking like candle wax, like pulled and tight, stretched, and I fucking love it. I cannot achieve that look no matter how hard I try.
You're saying that you've tried to spend as much money as you can and it's not working.
It doesn't
so
work.
You're going to stop.
It just doesn't. I don't know. I'm not meant to look glassy for whatever reason. All these other girls, I don't know if they're just going full throttle, but I can't get there.
Okay.
I feel like that's a good thing to learn at your young age, because I think you could, because if you keep pushing into your 50s and 60s, you start to look crazy and you're spending a fortune. It's just not worth it.
And I feel like, you guys are both guys. Guys don't want their girls to look too done, right?
They don't.
They do?
No, they don't.
Well, I think some do. I think there's freaks out there, like a guy that's got a table at Poppy tonight probably does want that, but Jason, I do not. I don't think.
Males who are secure with themselves and what they want in life do not like that. It reminds me, when like super 4K HD TVs would come out and you'd watch it on like the realistic mode, and like a TV show or a movie would just look like they're in the room with you, and it's too much. It's so far in that direction that it becomes like makes you feel nauseous.
Yeah.
That's kind of what it is. Like I need some real grit.
Yeah,
yes.
but
something that
I
you
think
can
that
stick
I
to.
say all the time because we all live in LA, and you go back to New York and you see people that are hot but there's like a personality to it. Whereas LA, most hot chicks look kind of the same because they're going to the same place. And that's kind of the goal. But who are they trying to look like? Like, who is the picture they're taking in?
I think it's like this wave. It's like this wave of look where it's not even just one specific person anymore. I think this is the confusion. Like Kim Kardashian is sort of like the poster girl of that look, but she was always so beautiful that work works. Does that make sense?
Sure. She had a good base.
She was always gorgeous. And I'm not saying she's had things done. That's for anyone else to decide. But there's been some maintenance, let's say. But the face, the eye placement, her natural genetics have only lent to her becoming more beautiful. Me, you have to like chop a tree down and then start again. Okay. And that's where it starts to get too plasticky and where you start to look like you have fallopian tubes in the cheek.
So she's like a beautiful green Bentley off the lot. All you have to do is put some rims on it and the thing is done. But we have to build the transmission from scratch. It's a whole thing.
Yes. It's just I cannot achieve that level of like Bambi doe-eyed. Like what time is it? You know, like I don't know where I am. Like that look.
Me no clocks.
That's a great description.
That's what it is.
Well, it's what you don't want to attract men that are attracted to like baby play, you know what I mean? You need something a little bit more of a stronger person that'll put you in your place every once in a while.
Yeah, and by the way, to me, it's not even. It's always I'm the girl that wants the girls to like her, not the guys.
Yeah, I'm the same way. But when I do it, it's called gay baiting for some reason. But when you do it, it's okay. I don't really understand. It seems like once again, women win. You know what I mean? It's fucked up.
Well, it takes more effort to win over a woman than a man. You know, a man, it's just like look good. Not mean. All right, here we go. But for a woman, there's an emotional, an intelligent, a spiritual. Do I feel safe around you? Are you manipulative? There's a lot to be considered.
It's true. No, it's a different animal. I want to talk to you about clothes.
Okay.
Because I
love clothes.
You really do love clothes, and I would like to start off because you have a closet that feels like kind of an ADU. Which, if you live in LA, you know it's an additional dwelling unit, and it feels like it could be the pool house maybe that you've made into your own.
You are so funny.
So you bought an old Reformation hardware and turned it into your closet.
Literally,
put it on the property.
It seems quite large, and also I would just like to talk about how you're organizing it, and also what you're keeping, what you're getting rid of, because I feel like this is a big part of your life.
This is literally like the entire right side of my brain is just consumed by like getting rid of things, not wanting to get rid of things, keeping things for my daughter. When am I going to wear that again? It is literally, it's embarrassing how much time it takes. So I am currently podcasting with you guys from my office.
Oh, nice.
Beautiful,
okay.
Beautiful.
Okay.
Look, that's the ring light.
Which looks like a showroom, basically.
What is this? Is this like the current rack?
This is the current. Wow. I want to just. This is the current rack. These are the things that like
For listeners at home, Morgan is crying.
Yeah.
Because of what Chris said.
These are the things that I have to put up here so I don't forget about them. Like there's like a gold Chanel number I can't wait to bust out in a few weeks. Then I have another rack down here. Okay. Which is fucking bananas. That's a lot of summer clothes. And then I have a closet in there. So that's filled. Okay. And then I have a closet in my bedroom that's also filled.
Okay.
So it's really, I basically kind of thought about maybe this room does need to just be full closet. Like I'm talking shelving and all of that because it's become a lot to handle.
Well, so when you're deciding, obviously, to me, Chanel, we keep for our daughter. That makes sense. That's a classic pass down that we've all seen for years. That's something.
It's a bust down.
Exactly. With this 16th birthday, if you don't get the Chanel, the little one, the 5,000, 6,000, not
for the bat mitzvah,
not the crazy
not
one.
The crazy one. Yes. That
now,
I keep.
Mom retains the crazies.
Yes. Yes.
But are you Chanel pilled? Like, are you buying a bag a season, or do you try to show restraint?
Okay, so I will just tell you, I am not buying Chanel bags.
Because they're played.
It is. If you want to be the most basic bitch.
Are they being gifted to you?
No, if they were being gifted to me, I would be yes.
You're like, I love Chanel bags.
A Chanel jacket is where I'm at, and like the weirdest one they make.
Because you've had Chanel bags had Chanel bags for so long that you're like, I need to level up. And the jacket. Yeah. Also, I will say the jackets, which I also love, I think they would look silly on someone that's too young. As a young 100%. Beverly Hills mother, what is more appropriate? Yes. Really? I mean,
and listen, if you funk them up a bit, like I'm all about sort of like this little number, this like gold. You see that gold thing right there? That's like a gold shearling that like I don't even know. I get nervous. She's in the same room as me. It just makes me very. It's like that '80s vibe, but definitely no Chanel bags. it's really for me, I rather buy an Hermes bag only for the investment purposes.
Oh, okay.
Like if you can get your hands on one from the store that's like ranging between 6 to 14 grand, let's say, those things are online. Some of them are being sold for 200 grand.
Like a Rolex or a Tesla, they're only, boom. As soon as you buy them brand new, sell them for double easily.
I could try.
So you're my plug if I need to get an Hermes bag. You could, because I've heard it's difficult. You have to be grandfathered in. You have to make a lot of. Chanel's the same thing. You have to be on the list basically to buy new stuff. They're gatekeeping.
There's nothing wrong with our good friends over at the Real as well, because you can buy a great certified pre-owned Hermes bag, no problemo.
That's great. That's true.
And they look good as new. Well, it sounds like it was reminding me of when you said like, I want to get the Chanel coat, but like the ugliest, weirdest one that nobody else wants. You want to have the brown car that nobody else wants or has. Is this a thing of like, I want to sort of stand out from the crowd, or is it a thing where you like the difficulty of like climbing out of a hole, like digging a fashion hole for yourself and being like, what I'm achieving is much more difficult.
Can I
it
do
takes
this?
more time and practice than the average bear.
I think it's a combination. I definitely feel like I don't want to trend set. Yeah, for me, I want to go like the random route. I want people to not be able to fully understand, even though on one end I'm so basic too, like painfully basic.
Same, sweetie.
Yeah, like I'm all day.
Okay.
So to me, the last thing, if a bunch of people have something, I do not want that.
Sure.
Something.
Okay. Well,
Sure.
maybe this question will be more fun for you to answer. Like whenever I'm playing music or something, or putting it together an outfit, sometimes I'll have somebody in mind and then be like, all right, I want to put an outfit on that will impress this one person. Or like if I'm DJing in a club and like Drake walks in or whoever it might be, like I'm going to play music that I think Drake will want to hear. Is there a person that you want to impress the most in the fashion world? Hypothetically speaking, anyone alive in the world. And you can't say Matty Healy.
I feel like he's like definitely like a understated Celine suit from Phoebe Philo vibe.
Sure. He knows his stuff.
He does, right? No, I don't. There's no one I want. You know what I will say, and this is the only thing I will ever be this cocky about. Fashion is not something I need to impress people with. Like I know I have it.
Oh, let's go.
There's certain things that you have.
But there's always somebody who has cooler, better, younger, more impressive, esoteric, weird taste out there.
Fair, but I haven't come across her yet.
Oh, damn. Jason, she sounds like you when you play one of your throwback Bloghouse sets.
But I definitely feel like there's obviously
there could be someone better.
The fashion staples like Lauren Santo Domingo. I feel like that girl is fashion.
Oh, wow. We're going LSD. Okay.
I like LSD. I think LSD is a good one.
Lauren, I gotta
LSD
Google her.
looks, you know what I'll say? She looks very rich. You know what I'm saying? Very rich. I mean, it's because she is, but I just mean she looks extremely put together, like extremely dialed.
And she always looks good for whatever she's doing, which I think is also important.
I see. So appropriate for the situation.
Correct.
Yeah, I mean,
correct.
She's 46, born in Connecticut. It's the pedigree is there. She's 46. She looks goddamn 32.
I literally was just I could not believe that you just said that she's 46. There's just, to me, she doesn't seem that way.
I wouldn't have thought that. I wouldn't have thought that either. Well, in that case, then I think you're gonna have to save the Chanel Shearling for Aspen. Let's keep it real because it's.
And by the way, I'm going to Aspen.
Oh no!
If you're not going to Aspen, you're going to Napa. I'm guessing, right?
You know what? This is the basic part of me where, like, of course, I'm going to go to the most obvious fucking ski destination with my kids for New Year's. Which, by the way, I hate Aspen. I don't know why we're going there. I fucking hate that place.
Why do you? I've never been, but it seems like people really like it. So what's the downside? The Kith store?
It's the Kith. Oh my god, the Kith shit. I can't with the Kith shit. The fact that I got so much of that stuff gifted to me for my son, I'm like, he's not in this. He's not wearing.
We're not doing this. That's child abuse.
We're not doing this. Aspen is like a little, just like snow town. That's like kind of like. Which, by the way, I need to get into all these restaurants, so maybe I shouldn't talk that much shit about it. But it's just sort of the idea of like this like fake chic. Like it's not like what chic is skiing in Switzerland. Going to Aspen is like going to Disneyland with snow.
Okay,
like,
I understand what you're saying.
Yeah, you go to Aspen and it's like, okay, they have the Carbone and the Nice Guy and the Hide, and it's all just the same shit except it's colder.
Exactly.
It's all just for content. It's like, all right, I've been wearing my whatever cherry crop top all day, And now I have a winter look that I need to photograph, but I can't do that in front of the Paul Smith wall. It's 85 degrees.
Yeah,
we got to go to fucking Aspen.
We're fucking gas it up, baby. Go to Van Nuys, straight to Aspen. This is not a game.
This is not a game. And you know what? I will say, I love that we all think the exact same way, because living in Los Angeles, it is very challenging to be able to wear different things. Even if you have the different things and it drops a little bit colder, you're still in the same fucking leggings from the morning. Like, you're not wearing anything.
Mm-hmm.
It's sad. We have no protocol with getting dressed here. We're in New York. You need to get dressed to some level to do anything.
Yeah, no, I agree. It's what's inspiring, and that's why we love it. That's why we have to have both, Morgan. I can't live this.
I agree.
I can't live this West Coast life. People are uninspiring, but the weather's so nice.
It is so nice, but really, I mean, I feel like the city is just vacant lately. Like, there's just nothing.
Did you live in New York?
Yeah, in 2007. After 6 weeks, I gained 30 pounds. It ate me alive. Or I ate it alive. No.
6 weeks.
Really?
6 weeks.
In 6 weeks, I went to Pace University. I got dropped off in August. I came back for Thanksgiving. My parents were like, "Are you having an emotional breakdown? Why are you this size?"
Was Kelly Catrone beating you up?
No, it was. I wish. I have like fuzz from my Celine sweater if I keep playing with my eye. Sorry.
So you're saying the Magnolia Bakery was just too close? Or
Because
like,
most people, they move to New York, fashion
lose
girl
weight
in
'cause you're
college.
walking.
You smoke cigarettes and drink cold brew all day, and you
I did
lose
that
30
too.
pounds. Okay, you did that too.
No, I did. But the Magnolia, I mean, it was just, I was so LA and so blonde and so lost that I just ate my way through that city. I'm not kidding. It was 20 pounds.
That's impressive. That's like, I don't know if I could do that if I tried.
Was it Katz's Deli? Like, what was the thing? What was the silver bullet that took you down?
Yeah.
Everything. It was Katz's. It was Magnolia. It was the random Chinese food down the street that I thought, like, because in LA, it was like I ate it, but I didn't realize I wasn't eating it every night. So I had never gained weight. But when I was putting it on, I just didn't. I can't, you guys. It was.
I don't want to take you back there, but
Okay.
What was the nightlife? What was was that like Butter era? Where were you going?
Yeah, 10 June.
Oh God. Okay.
Butter.
Okay.
It was Gold Bar. It was all of those places.
Okay.
And I didn't have a clue. I just was running around with my friend from LA. I could not. That city was not. If I would have moved when I was older, I would have been able to handle it.
You had no business being in New York at that time in your life.
No. I mean, it was the best thing, but
I don't know. I feel like if I tried to move there for the first time, like now or even at like 30, you just have to have too much bread. You have to have so much money, and it still is going to beat you up. It doesn't matter how much money you have; it's still rough.
why is that? It's even like waiting for the elevator for 2 hours. You're like, what? Can I just get to my house?
Yeah, I mean, there's people who are billionaires who still have to like lug toilet paper down the sidewalk up to their apartment.
Yeah.
And we just don't have that here at Erewhon in our parking garage.
Right.
Free validation for 2 hours.
It's the great equalizer. Yeah, it is. New York is the great equalizer, but I didn't know. So you made it 6 months and you were like, I'm all set.
I did a year and a well, I did 2 school semesters and then the summer I came home and then I went back for it. So I did 3 semesters.
Okay, so you were there long enough to know it wasn't for you.
I mean, the thing is, it wasn't that it wasn't for me. It was that I was mentally just such a mess that like nothing was for me at that time.
Okay, because you were trying to like figure out who you were independent of like your family and like leaving home.
And like school was never really for me. I think the way my mom likes to put it is I was emotionally underdeveloped.
Okay.
So when I was like 19, I was really probably 15 and a half, 16.
Emotionally.
And girls are usually more like, I just couldn't, I was like, wait, what do I have to do? Like, what's responsibility? Like, how do I log in? It was just, I've caught up as I've gotten older.
Okay. All right. Well, that's good.
Is the point.
But I feel like you're you have 2 kids.
I do.
Which seems extremely lit.
Yeah.
And something that I personally can't imagine. But I feel like that is a sign. Why did you do it? Because you're pretty young. So it's like.
I wanted to.
Was it just.
I really wanted to. And
okay.
you know what? I was just ready. I was really fortunate that they both happened literally like the first time anything happened unprotected. You can't plan it. They're 1 year and 1 day apart. So my daughter is February 16th, 2021, and my son is February 17th, 2022.
This is very efficient. So your children's birthdays are more organized than your closet, is what it sounds like.
Yes, literally. And by the way, it was not planned. So I got pregnant literally 3 months after I gave birth. 2.5 months after I gave birth.
That seems insane.
So the inside of you and your partner's body is really cooking. It's really moving nicely. Well-oiled machines.
It was really meant to be. And as somebody I've never been pregnant before, I've never had to have an abortion, nothing. to the point where I almost thought deep internal thoughts like there might be
an issue.
I genuinely,
The amount of hoeing that I'm doing, I should have already had an abortion by now.
I mean, most people I know have had some kind of accident, and I not once.
Yeah.
Not once.
Yeah.
So I was very, very fortunate in that.
But now was he ready too, or was he like, damn, okay, I guess we're having kids now, baby. That's cool.
We honestly, well, first of all, we dated before. I've said this 1,000 times, but we dated before, right after I got back from New York. So he got fat brunette me.
Oh, he was down. Oh, so he's a day one. That's love. Okay.
That's how you know it's love.
Oh, I actually didn't know this about you. So you're saying you dated him back in the day,
yes.
And then you did a classic reconnection.
Yes. And then I was getting divorced, and he just we reached out. We kept seeing each other a little bit, but I was like, I'm not doing this with you. Like, you're out and about doing that Matty Healy shit on stage all the time. He was on tour with like the Jonas Brothers, who are his good friends. Like, he was just doing his thing, like following his passion. And I was like, I am not this dumb bitch that's going to fall into whatever you think this is going to be. Like, there's just no way. Our lifestyles are just too different. I was getting up at 5 o'clock in the morning to go to work every single day. I had no social life. I had to be in bed so early to function. And then the second we were in the same city long enough, it was like, oh no, oh God, so gross, but this is really it. And then we were both like, we knew once we started to engage in unprotected sex, we both were willing to be pregnant from it.
Okay.
I don't think he thought it was going to be the first time.
Sure. No, men don't like to think at all.
He put a toe in the jacuzzi. He's not diving all the way in, but wouldn't you know it?
Even I remember saying to him, like, this is something I'm ready for. And he was down because we knew that we had found each other, as cheesy as that sounds. But I remember vividly being like, this really could take a long time. This might be 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
It was not. 4 weeks later, it was very pregnant. And I was like, what?
Damn, that's intense.
It was insane, to the point where I took my pregnancy test with my son. He was like, oh, okay, whatever. You're just tired. You're not that's not physically possible. I had a bunch of thyroid issues. My body was not normal.
It's probably just COVID again, babe. You're not fucking pregnant.
Literally. And then he goes, okay, go don't make a fucking joke about how you're pregnant. Like, I don't want any of that. He was not in the mood. And I was like, I'm not going to say anything to you, but here you go. And here's 6 tests.
That's so sad.
You put him down like a full house playing poker.
What? Like, how? Like, what do you mean how?
He started trying to think back to his like high school anatomy class, be like, I don't know about this. Yeah. Like, this don't make sense. This don't add up.
And then the kicker was when we went to the doctor, and she was like, oh, your kid is due the day after your daughter's birthday. And I was like, okay, got it. So we're done here.
Now, I know you're okay. So this is something we talk about with parents on this show pretty often, but like, parents, the thing about it that scares me the most, besides obviously the financial responsibility, my kid being a drug addict like me, etc., is the having to socialize with parents that I don't like because the kids are friends. And I feel like maybe where you live and maybe your tax bracket, that really hits different for you.
It sucks because it sucks. It fucking sucks. No, it doesn't matter what tax bracket, because not everyone's in the same. It's literally, I said this to somebody not too long ago. You're in your early 30s. You finally feel like you've found a little bit of yourself. You're not like the most insecure. You're a little bit grounded. You know who your friends are. Yeah. And then you have kids. Mm-hmm. And then you have to try all the fuck over again. And it's all the new. Worst. And then you have the one, and by the way, kids come out as they are going to be. You know who's going to be the fucking loser. You know who's going to have the drug problem. You know who's going to be good in math. You know the one that's not going to be picked for the team. They come out as they are. Like, Ro is like side-eyeing, giving you like, she's going to bring me to my knees, and already does. The parents, and then you have the mom that's like dressing her kid like your kid, and you're already like, I will fight you, like, find your own style for your little bitch. Like, I cannot. It's the birthday parties, and then there's the dad in the sandals all the time, and you're like, it's December. Just wear fucking sneakers.
Okay.
Is it at least a Ferragamo slide, or is it just a regular flip flop?
No, it's giving like a rainbow. I just can't.
We're not in Orange County. We got to do better than that.
We're not. And then you're like, but I need to make an effort with
of course,
friends' moms, because the kids need to hang out. But we're also at this age right now where my daughter's going to go to school next September, and that's going to be a whole other world.
So is that for the pre?
That's for the no, that's preschool. So she'll be 2.5.
Okay, that's the pre.
It's fucked up, and everyone hates it.
And it's also hard because it's hard enough finding just regular people in the world that you get along with and you don't think are terrible. But as soon as they have kids, it's such a full-time job that you don't have time to like be cool and cultural and know about stuff anymore. So as you have kids, you get worse and you get more boring and you get more annoying.
And it's completely right. And you also, everybody just wants to hang with the people that they liked before kids, and they all have kids, but then the kids go to different school. It's very stressful, the whole thing. And I'm literally at a point where she's not even talking yet to people, or like, it doesn't even matter yet.
Okay. So for the stress, is it 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, we open the rosé, or is it a gummy edible CBD situation? What are we doing?
It's more alcohol. It's an alcohol thing every night. I try to cut back as much as possible just for like weight reasons.
What's the drink of choice? The kids go to bed, your husband's snoring, and now it's you time.
So my husband he's like a 1 drink a night guy, maybe 2. And he's always like, I don't even want this.
Sit down and drink this, baby. Sit down and drink this.
Down. You know what? He's a tequila. It's a 1942 on the rocks with an orange wedge.
Oh, okay, big dog. All right, damn.
That's him. That's him. And then me, I'm like,
don't tell your accountant that.
They know, trust me. And then for me, it's really like, if I am drinking, if it's out, it's the same drink. It's tequila, or I'll do margarita, or it's red wine.
Okay.
Keep it easy.
That's better than what it could be. I thought you might be champagne only.
Okay, let me don't talk to me from June to September. Champagne.
Oh, okay.
Champagne with a lot of ice. Like, I'm talking big gulp ice. Like, the most expensive champagne with the most basic ice is all I want to drink.
I'm sorry, that's a nasty bitch move. I kind of like it, honestly.
It's so good.
You're saying you're okay. So you're hitting 7-Eleven, filling up the cup, and then pouring.
You got the 32-ounce Yeti tumbler,
in.
and you're opening a 2003 Domaine Saint Jouy.
Yep.
Big curly straw.
Nothing better than champagne on ice. Nothing.
This is something I have never heard.
Well, when they say champagne on ice, that means the bottle's in ice, not the actual champagne. And said, no, a step further.
Pouring it over ice. They do it a lot in France. It's called champagne à la piscine. It's the best drink, and you can have 9 of them. No problem.
Okay. So that's the only way you can get ice in France, is if you ask for champagne.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Amen.
Sweet irony.
It's like you're giving me one cue, but yeah, I can't do rosé. Rosé is a giant headache for me. White wine's tough, but champagne I can do on ice.
Okay, so you discovered this champagne on ice. You discovered this in France.
I did. Saint-Tropez. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Fantastic. Okay, well, speaking of holiday season and getting fat.
Yes.
What's so like whenever, like between Christmas and New Year's, I gained 10 pounds and just cookies and shit like that.
Yeah.
It's just inevitable. And once you get older, you kind of make peace with it. It's just going to happen. And then it's better for your mental health. But what are you doing? Like, is there, like, when you go to the Goop holiday party or the whatever holiday party, like, what are you doing to kind of maintain everything and not, maybe, I'm not saying you would embarrass yourself.
Of course not. Of course not.
There is a history.
I eat before.
Oh, okay. This is a G move. So you have your filling salad before you hit the event.
Or it's like a protein. I don't do like a little, like
You have your Urban Remedy bowl on the way in the car on the way over. Okay.
Correct. If you go to an event or even dinner hungry, it's stressful.
You can't enjoy yourself.
What are your top 3 Beverly Hills salads, if you had to kind of break it down for us?
Can I tell you, it was really depressing. I just went to La Scala. You know, I loved a half salami chop from La Scala. I went 3 weeks ago. It was not edible. It was everything brown. Like, it was the worst. It was so bad. And I hate to say that. I don't like a McCarthy salad. That shit is disgusting.
I'm not familiar with the McCarthy salad. Could you explain that, please?
At the Beverly Hills Hotel, it's like bunny food. Everyone's like, oh, I have McCarthy. I'm like, it's disgusting. It's awful. It's like chopped up lettuce, chopped up bacon for like $50. Awful. Okay. So to me, I'm not a huge salad person.
But are you eating lunch? Or are we fasting until a sensible dinner?
No.
Are you more of a ribeye, broccolini, spicy margarita girl?
Ah.
This is an audio podcast. You can't just do the hand. You got to say stuff.
I am all about, like, I'm a meat and potatoes person. That's what's happening. Chicken, like all of that stuff. Sushi, I like. I can't do, and no, I'm not fasting anymore. The fasting doesn't work. I used to be like 1 meal a day, Morgan. Now it's like eating every few hours consistently. That's how you stay skinny.
Do you think that's the trainer? Is the trainer telling you this, or is this?
I saw a nutritionist.
Okay.
And he told me what to eat. And he told me when he took my blood that this quote unquote anorexic game I'm playing with the lot of sugar at night isn't working for me. So he said, you need to have something called eggs and a side of fruit. And then for lunch, I said, lunch? Have lunch? I haven't had lunch since 2003. And he said, you're going to have some chicken, or you're going to have a spicy tuna cut roll with a side of sashimi, or you can have mashed potatoes or rice with the I said, mashed potatoes and rice? You're fucking out of your mind. You think I'm going to eat? And then I did it for 2 weeks, and the 8 pounds I had to lose that I couldn't get off were gone.
Wow. That's good. I mean, that's impressive.
Evaporated. And I'm telling you, I didn't eat for 2 weeks. I just had salmon and spinach for dinner. I could not lose an ounce. Not one fucking ounce. And then I did this eating plan. No problem. Gone.
Wow. That's good to know.
So the mashed potato diet works for you, not for everyone, but for you.
No, I'm telling you, this guy knows what he's talking about. If you followed exactly what I did for 2 weeks, it's normal food. You'd eat more because you're a man, but you keep the weight off.
Yeah, because when I did Sakara Life, it was, let me tell you something. I'm too big for that.
Yeah.
Like I can't. I thought my mom. Because it was during COVID. I was at my parents' house. My mom's like, "You look like you're gonna pass out," and I'm like, "Yeah, I know. It's because I had a sensible." Lunch, dinner, and breakfast that are. I mean, it's tiny. The portion is crazy.
You need to be eating more for that. No, you need. I'm telling you.
I know, but I wanted to feel hot, and they offered to send me 3 days for free. What am I supposed to do, Morgan? What the fuck you want me to do? Say no?
By the way, do you need more days? I feel like they've been hitting me up for years. I should do that. Is the food yummy?
The food, that's the thing. It's like obviously vegan and the whole thing. It tastes pretty good, but it's just not enough. It's just not enough. It's just not enough.
I know I can't emote just with no sound. The vegan, I can't do the vegan. Mm-hmm. The vegan is not for me. And apparently I can't do AirPods either because I keep fucking falling out.
That's because you're gesticulating so much. They're customized. That's why they don't stay in because of the aftermarket editions.
It's ridiculous. But yeah, no, the vegan for me, I don't want any substitutes. None of that shit.
Okay, I think you're on. I mean, I think that's kind of the new wave, especially for women. I think because all trainers are also telling women now to like lift weights, which is going to make you hungrier, which is going to make which facilitates eating that way.
And that's why you get really hungry, then you eat some raw beef liver, and then repeat after.
You're good.
Next thing you know, you're looking like Emrata.
There you go. Oh, is Emrata number one?
Her mom has abs like that. Like her mom literally has abs, and she's like 65.
Oh, I didn't. Oh, so it's generational hotness.
It's generational hotness. Something that my mom is beautiful. Unfortunately, I'm an LA6, so I don't know what happened there. But the abs I work on, and that's something that I kind of do for myself.
Right.
So you guys are saying that like being a nepo baby not only translates from career and financial, but also for physical body and attributes and things like that.
Depends.
People that have really insane bodies, most of the time, I would say it's half genetic, if not more.
It is genetics.
There's only so much you can do.
It's not because your dad was a producer.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Look, my dad, he worked on Friends, but that has nothing to do with my biceps. That's two different things, dude. That's two different things.
Totally different things.
He was a line producer. He wasn't even executive.
Going back to the Goop holiday party, when I said those words, you did emote in a silent way. Is that something that has happened recently? Or does Goop have a holiday party that you could get invited to?
I did go to Gwyneth Paltrow's house 2 weeks ago.
Okay, what is your relationship to my queen?
My queen, by the way. I can't even handle it.
Okay,
my queen.
It's the people's queen. I have zero relationship with her. It was
all right.
Zero. I said hi. She said hi. I'm Gwyneth, and I squirmed and didn't winked. I don't know it was weird.
Okay.
But she G Label had a party at her house, the party was actually in her barn behind her home.
We can't let the riffraff into the actual house. I mean that's
absolutely not. So there was a whole stylized actual barn made, which was gorgeous. Could have had its own AD spread, and I went because they invited me as from the brand, and that was it.
Okay. So did you build with any other high level talent, or did you kind of keep to yourself?
You know what? I'm always very socially off because everyone there, I know very clearly, I got invited because the brand wanted some kind of awareness. And the people that go to these things sometimes, I'm like, she doesn't know who the fuck you are. You don't need to take this.
Definitely not.
You don't need to take this so seriously. You're not her girlfriend because you're in her back house. Okay. We're not having an intimate dinner at Hotel Coast.
You had to sign an NDA to come here. You guys aren't that close.
And you just walk in, and what I can't stand is just the fakery fuckery of like, oh, hi, like, you know who I am. You stalked me on social media. You probably bought the shoes I bought. Like, let's just at least connect on somewhat, or let's try to connect on some human level where we can just like, I love your stuff. How are you? Good. Everyone just gets so up nose. And I'm like, you think like, what, who are you in that? Like, calm down.
We're in the presence of greatness. Let's respect this.
Exactly. So there was Haim the band was there. That was cool. They're cool girls. I said not one word to them.
Okay. Haim the band is cool.
Haim the band was there. Who else? Jennifer Meyer was there, who's a lovely.
Classic LA.
Classic LA. I love Jen Meyer. I mean, who else was there? A bunch of influencer girls that are really sweet. Do you guys know who Rocky Barnes is?
Yes.
She was there. I always love to see her at events because she's the only human that I know that like we can at least, have a nice time.
You can actually chit chat.
She's appeared on my Explore page on a number of occasions.
There was definitely a lot of, who else was there? Oh, Kelly Sawyer was there, Baby to Baby, that kind of vibe.
Okay. So was it ladies only? Was Brad there?
Brad was not there. It was ladies only, I guess. Now that I'm thinking about it, it was.
I just because I didn't expect an invite, but this makes me feel better knowing that it was kind of.
If it's ladies only, then who's going to take the photos of everyone?
Great point.
He was a man.
Okay.
So they did. BFA did send a fella. Lucky guy. I would say
he was there. And there was a woman there, and there was also the naughty Santa was a man.
What do you mean by naughty Santa? Was he
dick out?
I think he gave vibrators out. I didn't make it.
Okay. So it was a classic Goop high-low
Gwyneth Paltrow
combo. She's sex positive, bro. Get with the program.
She really is.
I mean, I'd like to find out.
She's fantastic.
I would also like to find out. Gwyneth is my number. Gwyneth is top 3. It's Sienna Miller, Gwyneth Paltrow, Sofia Coppola.
Wow, very nice. And all very different, but then similar in a way.
There's a through line to my twisted thinking.
There is a through line there.
But that's Gwyneth. It's all about, they evoke such a glamour that I am.
They all transport me.
I find it enchanting, and I think it feels old world.
It does, but for me, Gwyneth, like I wish I caught Gwyneth on like a 1997 night where there was cigarettes and booze. Now it's very like that's
Morgan.
Very privately,
as we're wrapping up,
world.
certain guests that we have on who are more on the fun side, like yourself, we like to ask them a recurring question: top three prescription pills of all time.
Xanax.
Mm-hmm.
Xanax. See, I'm so boring. I don't do a Zoloft. I don't do an antidepressant, anti-anxiety, which is nuts. Every week I'm like, is it time?
Oh, Xanax is anti-anxiety.
But I only get that when I get my lips done, so I don't feel like I'm going blind. Or when I'm on an airplane. That's when I
only take Xanax when I'm getting my lips done, so I don't feel blind. I'm just a regular average Joe, just like everyone. Okay,
and
I'm in the same boat.
It's just a Xanax. What other?
So it's Dylon, Xanax.
Yeah. For me, it's just a good old fashioned Xanax once in a while. And I'm the breaker and halfer Xanax person. Like I'm always like I can't be too out of it. So I take a little bit.
Sure.
You are a public persona. You could run into a paparazzi at the Indianapolis airport.
I would pay. Can someone send me a paparazzi number? I need someone needs to take my photo. It's really fallen off, and I'm like, hello. Like I am like. I should be.
Well, all of that's about to change after your episode of How Long Gone comes out.
I don't think you. This is. I know you did call her daddy, but this is kind of like a bigger reach.
You might want to up your home security in the next coming days.
Yeah, I would hire at least one private guy for the front door just for the week after.
By the way.
I know you know who to call. Like I know you know who to call. You're
not
connected.
A paparazzi. Just not a paparazzi.
Yeah, you don't know any single paparazzi with security. You got handled.
Or it got to the point quickly that when I saw paparazzi outside of restaurants, they'd be like, "Hey, how are you?" And I'd be like, "Good." But like, what the fuck are you doing?
That's
Take my photo. No, it's just I'm a nice person, so they just say hi to me, and I just walk on in.
Damn.
No Haley Bieber.
So you ate at Giorgio Baldi and you left, and they didn't take your picture.
Or no, the last time I was there, they took my photo, but then where the fuck is that photo? I'm like, at least text it to me so I can use it.
Okay. So yeah, you want to like?
I know it's sitting on a hard drive somewhere. I could use that photo for my fucking Instagram grid.
Thank you.
Yeah, help me out, fellas.
Well,
yeah,
I'm happy to pay at this point.
We've been told that Alex from Call Her Daddy listens to How Long Gone and enjoys How Long Gone.
Okay.
And Jason and I have both reached out to her and ask her to come on the show. She hasn't opened our messages, so hopefully maybe this, like, you're the connection that we finally need.
Listen, I scratch your back with her, and you scratch mine with Maddie Healy. This is a win-win.
This is great. We can really help each
This
other.
is my kind of human trafficking, guys.
Exactly.
I will say shout out to Alex Cooper from Call Her Daddy, because she is legitimately the coolest girl.
She's a pro. No, it's all very, very impressive. I think it's time for these two podcast titans to kind of clash on the mic. You know what I mean?
I got you. I'll put in a word.
And next time Maddie's here, we can go for raw liver anytime. I mean, we can, anytime.
Whatever it takes.
Are you prepared to smoke cigarettes, Morgan?
Oh my! I love cigarettes.
Okay, great.
All right, Morgan Stewart, thank you for joining us on How Long Gone. Merry Christmas. Enjoy Aspen. And we'll see you soon.
Yes, thank you guys so much.
Our pleasure.
Thank you. It was a blast.
Hold my breath as I wish for death. Oh, please, God, wake me. Back in the womb, it's much too real. In pumps life that I must feel, but can't look forward to reveal. Look to the time when I live, fed to the tube that sticks in me, just like a wartime novelty, tied to machines that make me be. Cut this life off from me. Hold my breath as I